Hello. So, okay, God, I'm not gonna edit this because I don't freaking have the time, but hi, I'm Wishquel, you know that, but I've always been like a really big fan of Foldy. She's always been like my favorite character. Don't know what happened. Anyways, she's always been like my favorite character, and I saw a video that was ranking all of her voice lines in a tier list, and I was like, that's a good idea, but I don't want to steal it. So I decided to kind of do something similar where I'm ranking every frame. Oh, I'm closing this. I'm ranking every frame of Foldy. There's really not that many. Don't know why that's in there. That's my tier list. Guess I had it saved and imported it accidentally. So that's cute. We have my tier list just sitting there. I also included her voting icon. So yeah, and we have tiers. We have peak Foldy, which basically just means amazing, still an icon. She didn't really do too much in this frame, but like it's Foldy, so she's not gonna be in a bad tier. There's a car. Then we have mogging, which is just kind of Foldy, like sitting there but still mogging. There's 190 images, which is kind of sad. Then we have not her best Lou, which is supposed to say look. Missed that, which is just kind of like not her, sorry, best look. And then just kind of in the background means she's just kind of in the background. And they're in just such a random order, but I guess this is the order we're gonna do it in, because I don't care to... Don't know what's happening outside. So, the first one is probably one of the worst frames, so we're starting out on a terrible note, and it's this one, where she's just in the background. There she is. But yeah, just kind of in the background. This frame of her, like, kind of flying in the sky, I definitely say is mogging. Close. So, I like it. It's definitely mogging. She has a nice look there. I love that look for her. This one is definitely not her best look, as she's really stretched out and it's cropped weirdly, so it goes in not her best look. This is definitely still an icon. She has a very nice, like, pose here. She looks nice. This is a nice looking frame of Foldy. This is mogging because even when she's about to die, she still has to put on her best performance of appearance. This also goes in not her best look because I don't know why they made her so stretched out. This would be in peak Foldy, considering this is the frame where she's shoving Blocky off of Puffball, and that's just kind of iconic and amazing. This is her being proud of it, which I think also deserves to be peak Foldy. Her falling off, I'd say this is a good frame of Foldy. It's not necessarily her best moment since she's falling off, but like it's a good frame, and we're ranking the frames. And this one can just be still an icon because it's just her smiling on Puffball, and it's not the most like interesting thing ever. This one can be mogging. Pretty much mogging is just like she's sitting in the background, she's not doing much, but she's not just like fully in the background and like has no facial expressions like here. And I'll put this one in still an icon because she's like making, a cute face. This is peak Foldy because she's, trying to win for her team. This is marker. Guess the tier list didn't cut that out, but it's her playing rock, paper, scissors, which is definitely gonna go in still an icon, even though it just looks like marker. This is her helping her team, so it's definitely gonna be peak Foldy, even though she gets shredded to death, like, seconds after this. But she's not shredded to death here, she's just in the sky, mogging, but more than just mogging. So this is her being thrown by Snowball, but I'm definitely gonna put this in still an icon, because while it isn't necessarily her, like, I don't know how to explain this, but like, she's helping her team, and that's something really nice. This is her in the elevator. It's definitely gonna be peak Foldy because she just looks so annoyed of these like wretched hoes when she's in the elevator. So I definitely like this frame. She's just fed up, and this is a good frame. I also like this one when she's going up the elevator. I mean, she really looks bored. Eggy kind of looks chopped there, but she looks great. She looks great. This is not her best look. Also, I don't know why Woody is here, but this is when Woody like ripped her in half. That actually caused me to start hating Woody. I still kind of hate Woody, but not because he ripped Foldy in half. I mean, I do hate him for that, but like I hate him because he's annoying. This is like top of peak Foldy. I'm not ranking them in like order, but if there's something like really like good, then I'll put it like at the top. And if there's there's not really any bad frames of Foldy because it's Foldy. Whenever she appears on screen, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, also this only I need to like, this isn't scripted at all, but that kind of makes it better. It's only up to this episode because the wiki didn't have other images, and I don't really care enough. So just imagine her with kitchen sink. That would be up here. So just imagine all those frames, they're up here. That's where they are. There. Okay. So this, still an icon. I mean, this is going to be a lot of them. Mainly because it's just like, she's good. She's Foldy. Like, she's Foldy. Like, I don't know what else to say other than the fact that it's Foldy and she's the best. But she's not doing anything, like, super out of the ordinary. This is her standing on Belle. It's definitely mogging because she's smiling and mogging, but she's not really doing much. I'd say this one's better because she's, like, looking down and is kind of giving Belle, like, people don't say, no one says side eye anymore, but he's kind of giving Belle, like, a side eye, like, girl, we're being burnt alive by lava. It's not the time to conversate. And then this one is above. They just go up, like, 1, 2, 3. It's cute. But yeah, this is her being shocked by lava and looking a lot more gagged than Belle. Belle definitely wasn't practicing for the camera in this. She looks a little bit off. This is definitely not her best look. Face painting into spongy, and you can hear my dog. Wow, this is just an amazing video. But yep, it's her face painting into spongy, and it's definitely not her best look. This was like an iconic frame. I don't know how much I love this pose, but this frame like started so much. Like, this was the most known frame for so long, so it definitely has to go at the top. This is her being revived, except it's not. It's just Bubble and Lightning. Love that. So she's definitely not just in the background in that one, so she can be in mogging because that's what it is. I really like this one. I like this one where she's like sticking her tongue out. It's cute. It's fun. I like it. It's cute and it's fun. What else do I have to say? This one is her mogging, not because it's bad, but because she just was like, but Leafy is right over there. Like, tennis ball, golf ball, you're stupid. She's right there. You're dumb. You're idiotic. And her just having that blank expression while she conveys that message just through, like, her mind is such a move that very few people can do, but she can do it. This doesn't make any sense, but yeah. This photo of her, like, attacking Yellowface, definitely still an icon. She's winning the challenge for her team. Definitely not her best look. This one's even worse than that one because it's her being ripped in half. We really hate you for that, Woody. And your face is, oh no, your face isn't gone, but one of your eyes is gone. And your mouth. Good. So this one is definitely going to be peak Foldy, just like this one, except she's happy before she gets shredded to death. You can see some, like, previews of that. Oh, I opened messages, or hovered over messages. This one, it's going to be mogging, because she's, again, just kind of there. A lot of the times when she has this just, like, blank stare, she likes to do this blank stare a lot. It's one of her signature faces, is this blank stare, which isn't the best. This is peak Foldy. I'm actually gonna put this at the top because, like, this is her, like, she sees live. No, she doesn't. She sees Match. I'm a fake fan. No, I'm not. But this is when she know you wanna. I can't speak, but we're not scripting this because that's gonna take away from the experience. She's like, Match, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to kill you, Match. Match, you're gonna be murdered. I'm going to kill Iance because you got outstate me, and honestly, good for her. Like, this was really an iconic moment in time, and I feel like when, eventually all of BFDI is erased from history, which is going to happen one day, this is going to be, like, the thing that people remember. And the only thing they're going to remember from the show is that Foldy got mad at Match and mogged her, which is a great thing to remember. So we have mogging. Again, love throwing this blank stare. Actually, we're going to put them all together. This is, you know what? Okay, no, I had that one up there, but a lot of blank stares coming from Foldy. She does those well. This is her just looking kind of shocked. I think it's going to be mogging. I mean, it's not really anything special, but it's Foldy, so she gets a million points. What's one there? This is definitely not her best look. She's looking absolutely befuddled. That's not she's not looking that good. Maybe she was like Belle and didn't get her makeup training on. This is her. It's not gonna be peak Foldy, but this is definitely still an icon. I would use this as my profile picture. Really like the expression here. Don't like this one of her, like, groaning. It's really, really weird. It's not something I enjoy seeing. I don't want to see her scream in pain. This is essentially just the same thing as this one, so they'll go next to each other. Her legs are so long in this, so she definitely gets to be peak Foldy, and she's smiling, so like it's definitely the best type of experience. Hold on. It was not a text message from Foldy, so it doesn't freaking matter, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna block them. This is her looking sad. I'm actually gonna give it peak Foldy because, you know, we all look sad sometimes, and this is her looking sad, and I like this frame of her looking sad. Her eyebrows, you know, curve in a way. Her looking absolutely gagged. I put instant icon because it's not really peak Foldy of her looking absolutely gagged, but, you know, still an icon. This is peak Foldy. You know, she's helping her team win. She's not sitting on the sidelines anymore. She knows she's taking initiative and making sure that her team can have the victory. This one's also peak Foldy. It's just her and Stapy in the plane. We also have Belle, Eraser, and like Yellowface, but they don't really matter at all. And she's just there, you know, doing the face with Stapy, whose mouth looks like a stapler, and she looks like, what does she look like? She looks like, I don't even know what she looks like, but she looks amazing because she's Ruby. This is literally her before she gets killed by Ruby, so we're gonna put instant icon. Ruby, I do like you, but you have like minus 500 points for what you did to Foldy there. Really uncalled for. This is peak Foldy because it was her first time ever appearing, and that's it, it's her first time ever appearing. This was one of her more recent appearances, and I'm going to put it in peak Foldy because, like, they could have chosen somebody who was more popular than Foldy, except Foldy is the most popular character in the game because it's Foldy, but they chose Foldy for this, and it's good. This is, like, my favorite one. I'm not going to create another tier right now because that's just going to clutter this video even more, but this gets, you know what, I am going to create another tier. It's going to be called, oh god, and you know what, it's just gonna be called best of the best. Sorry, so clunky, but these are the frames that, like, I think get like a special mention, like above peak Foldy. Yeah, these are the like any like really like known frames, like the frames that will like send you into shock because of how good they are. This one is when she appeared in BFDI. It's not gonna be in there, but it's something gonna be like at the top of here because it was so unexpected to appear. And she just kind of gagged everybody. It was not recommended by me, but we can pretend that it was to make it more climactic. This really isn't her best look. I know she's just doing the gas face, but there's vomit behind her. Naily looks like a fish. Remote looks weird. Arm, yeah, this is definitely not the best one. This is when she almost said, oh, sheets of paper. It was really a nice moment, so I'll put her at the top of peak Foldy. It was really an iconic moment. This is definitely not her best look, where she's getting shredded alive. There could be better moments than you getting shredded alive, and there are. This pose is a pose she likes to hit a lot, too. You can see, I'll put it, see, look, she hits this pose, she hits this pose. It's definitely really iconic. And there's another example later on. It's like one of her main poses with the blank stare. Oh, blank stare, but this is like really her only appearance in BFB 15, which is kind of annoying. I'll just put it in mogging. She just showed that she was still unfolded, which is kind of sad. And that's really all it was. So, this is another stretched out sprite of her, but I'm going to put in still an icon because it isn't as ugly as... Okay, this is her being revived from the Jawbreaker, which, I mean, it's an iconic moment in history. This was one of the best moments, and that's when we learned that they hate Lai, and then it was never expanded on because they hate Foldy's guts. Don't know why. Hopefully they do something with her where she doesn't just... Okay, not Foldy is texting me, so it doesn't even matter, but if Foldy was texting me, I'd end this video right now and text her. This is her looking steamed. I think I might have to put in best of the best because this is like just a really nice thing. Like, she's just really mad, and it's showing that Foldy has emotions and isn't a sterile, flat character unlike some. I don't know who I'm referring to. I'm referring to Pen, I guess. I don't know. I'm just making up random stuff. So this is another... Honestly, this is just kind of in the background. This tier is kind of worthless because there's only two, but like she wasn't necessarily in this image to be like, maybe she'll be, no, actually yeah, she'll be in here too because these images don't focus on Foldy. She's just kind of in the background because it's previewing every contestant, so I feel like they have to put her in because if they didn't, it would be weird. Here's Foldy noticing Stapy is coming out. It's definitely an iconic moment in history. I feel like I'm saying that so much. It's definitely something that changed the course of the universe. So it's gonna be up in peak Foldy. This is her smiling. I really like this one. I'm gonna put it in best of the best because I think this was the first time she appeared since this. So she definitely gets to be in the best of the best here. Look at her pull with her life. This is Foldy peak girl boss action. Nobody uses these terms anymore, but you know what? We can use them because they'll never be outdated for Foldy because she's the best. Here she is hitting that blank stare again, but she has Naily behind her, so I'll put it in mogging because, you know, she's not doing too much with her face. She doesn't want to get wrinkles on her delicate paper skin, so she's just throwing this face down to make her skin clear forever. This is definitely not the best example of that. And Spongy's background is just hideous. This is not a good photo. I feel like this photo, though, is definitely in best of the best. This was the most iconic photo ever made. Nobody wants you, Adobe. We have Foldy. You tried to take her away from us. Here we have this photo of her explaining, which I'm gonna put next to this one. Or not. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, there. It's next to it. It's just the same thing, but her mouth is open. So I can't rank it any higher or lower. These two are the same. Here we have her standing on Belle. You know, people say you stand on business, and business and Belle both start with a B, so this is her standing on business, which is why it's in peak Foldy. She's really just in the background here and here, but here she's not because she is hitting that face again. In fact, I'm willing to put every example of that face right next to each other because I feel like it's an iconic thing that she likes to do. Let me put the stupid freaking there. She's doing the face. I moved something down. You know what? It's fine. See, here she is hitting that face, and then she hits it somewhere else, but I lost it. Oh, no, I found it. Oh, no, that's marker. She really likes to hit that face. Stop. Oh, my God. Please. No. No. Damn it. No. Okay, this is a mess. Hold on, you know what? We'll put them all up here. I will not let Foldy's face. There they all are. That was worth it. This is definitely like top of like, this is one of my favorite frames. Definitely not as much as her socking two in the mouth, but you know, this is her telling Ford to shut the fuck up because he's not funny, and that was a really nice moment. I really appreciated her doing that. This is just her teapot pose. I'll put it up here because it's iconic and it's like her teapot pose. This is when, I guess, Flower pushes her off. She does come back up, but like, this image is just such like an empowering image. Like, this is such a nice image. I want to get it framed as a pillow. Not as a pillow. I want to get it framed and put it onto a pillow. Here we have her just like gagged. That match would even dare. So I guess I'll put it in the top because, you know, those images get to be in the top together. And so this is them playing rock, paper, scissors, except because of the stupid cropping, it doesn't show Foldy. But, you know, this is going to be in peak Foldy, even though Foldy doesn't appear. Oh, looks like Sleepy's like dragging her down. That's an image. So it was definitely like the start of her rock, paper, scissors era, which is definitely like she invented the game if you didn't know. If you weren't aware, the inventor of rock, paper, scissors was Foldy and Stapy. So they definitely deserve to get like some sort of like medal for that because it's very popular. It's a very popular game. It's a game that a lot of people like to play. So this is like a nice perspective shot of Foldy. I'll just put it in Cinema Icon because it's not anything too interesting, but it does have Foldy looking up at the sky, and there's Fries looking terrible because nobody else can look as good as Foldy. Basketball Belle, you're looking awful. Speaking of looking awful, they really just come up at the right time. She doesn't look amazing here. I hate to say it, but you know, getting shredded to death is not the most appealing thing. These are literally just the same thing, except she's smiling in one of them. I don't care enough to position them next to each other, so they get to be in still an icon. This is her unfolded on the ground, yelling at people to fold her back up. It's definitely gonna be in peak Foldy because, you know, she's telling her team to stop being, you know, petty and incompetent and just fold her fucking ass back up. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I was gonna comment on how her blue color is just lovely. This, I don't think I'm gonna put in best of the best, but this is her about to fly back up. And that next one is not her flying up because the whole images got messed up. Thanks a lot, Adobe. But yeah, this is her falling and about to fly back up, so it definitely gets to be in peak Foldy because you can just imagine the thought process going through her mind in this moment, and you can just like use the calculations and find what the thing she's thinking is gonna be, and just like use your brain and body to become Foldy in that moment. Yeah. This is her looking sad. Who knows why, but I actually don't know why she's sad, so she gets to be in mugging. Actually, she's not really mugging. Actually, she is mugging. She's fully. This, I actually really like this frame. It's not anything super special, but like, look at how amazing she looks. Adobe, be quiet. I really like it. She's like holding herself up, you know, doing that pose that people do to be cute, but she doesn't even have to do that pose because she's already amazing. I don't shit myself with her. I just think she's the best thing ever. Yep, she's better than everything. Here we have her mogging. I'm gonna put her in mogging tier. I would put it in here, but this is like the definition of mogging, so she gets to be in mogging. Here she is, stopped in her tracks. I wouldn't say it's not her best look. I guess it's still an icon. Like, you know, you sometimes have moments where you don't look the best, but you can come past them and still be an icon. Top of the top. This is her calling her team incompetent. How can I trust you to do the challenge if you can't even fold paper correctly is probably one of the best lines said. Yeah, so she definitely gets to be there, but I don't think anything has beaten her socking to in the face yet. This is her also swearing. I don't know where I put it here, so it just gets to go next to it. This is her shoving Flower off because Flower is the worst. She easily shoved off the winner, so I think maybe it could even go in here. And this one, I want this to be super, super filled up because it's Foldy. Nah, if we're gonna smile real big. That is the most iconic line ever said, so it gets to be best of the best. This is part of the whole Flower thing. These frames look really similar. They love giving her this face. They love making her doing this face with her where she has teeth. Oh my god, they do it here again. Whatever. I guess she's mad a lot. But yeah, we can just put this in the top. Oh, this in the top. This is a cute little mouth, so I'm gonna put it in the top because it's cute. One of her eyes is smaller than the other. Her eyebrows are kind of uneven. This isn't her best look. And this is literally just mugging, doing her face. It looks like it was drawn in the Inanimate Insanity art style. Kind of, like the one where they're on the island. She's tired of force shit. She's tired. She's tired of it because, you know, he's annoying. She gets to be next to her. They're like the same Foldy, but they get to be next to each other because they're both just telling four, like, shut up. Hate to break it to you, but you're not funny. This is also not her best look. I mean, it was drawn by Carrie, which is amazing, but she's definitely not looking the best. Her foot is uneven. This is definitely her just kind of in the background. This isn't one of the ones where it was a close-up shot of her team because free food was prevalent in that episode. It's just kind of her in the background because she has to be there. This one is also just kind of her in the background. Like, I don't think they specifically were like, we're going to draw Foldy for this scene and Foldy is going to be, like, she was just drawn there because she had to be a part of it, which is ridiculous, and I think she should have been the main character in every episode ever. I mean, she is, but, you know. This is her saying that she hopes it's Stapy. It's really nothing that special. This is something that's special, though. Wrestle her. Wrestle Flower. This is her playing rock, paper, scissors also. But we can complete the image. Kind of, I guess. Definitely all of the images of her getting shredded to death get to be in this tier. This is the, oh my god, you know what? Whatever. Yep, there it is. All of the shredded images, they're not the cutest. I don't know if there's any more, if that was the last. I think that was the last one. Maybe I'm blind. Another swearing image. They all get to be, you know, at the same point. Hold on. Yeah, there they are. This is the progress of her about to swear, but she doesn't because she has to keep it classy because she's the best. I don't know. I'm really trying. This is her getting mutilated, not her best look, because that's not the most appealing thing. She does this face so much, and you know what? I have to love it for her, so it gets to go in best of the best. Ruby, this is why I have a vendetta against Ruby for like a little bit, and you know, Ruby, you'll never be good for this. You'll never be good. This is her getting suffocated. Definitely not the cutest thing ever, but I wouldn't blame her. You know, if I was getting suffocated, I wouldn't necessarily try to look the most aesthetically pleasing while I'm getting suffocated. Actually, I would. I'd have to make sure I'm like stunning while I'm getting suffocated, but you know, I also want to live. Another image of her playing rock, paper, scissors. This can be like the rock, paper, scissors area where they play rock, paper, scissors. This is also her playing rock, paper, scissors, so you know where it goes. The rock, paper, scissors area. We're playing rock, paper, scissors today. This is her telling Marker that he played 4 because he's an idiot. Stupid Marker. How did you not know? It goes here. I think this also has to be at the top because like she's like, I saw a lie. And Staby's like, ugh. And then Staby becomes best friends with Lai, and Foldy never finds out about it, and there's no arc or anything, and they don't do anything about it at all. So that's really, really, really good. Love that. This was like probably one of the most iconic frames ever. Like the fact that she's out here mogging in front of a racer and Pen, whoever the fuck that was. I don't care who it was. Like this was definitely a moment where, create a meme. No, she's not a meme, she's an icon. I think this would beat, actually no, it doesn't beat Foldy punching to in the face. Well, I'm one of the lightest. Yeah, up here. It's an iconic moment in history. I keep saying that, but it is. Like everything she does should be known for like centuries, years, eons to come. This is just the progression of another scene, so it's nothing too special. So it just gets to be next to it. This is Foldy telling off Staby for being a bitch, and I think that's a good, admirable trait about her, so I'll put her in peak Foldy. This is her, you know, doing a tiny smile and being like, no, we're gonna smile big because we hated that bitch. So, yeah, I'll put it in best of the best. I don't even know what this scene is supposed to be, but I'll put it in mogging because she looks decent in it. Or, I mean, she looks amazing. This one will be in peak Foldy because out of every character they could have added, they added Foldy here. And that definitely tells you something. I don't know where this scene is from either. Actually, I think it's when she got back and it's like, where's Stapy? Yeah, that wasn't the best. It was like, girl, have your own self-respect. You don't need Stapy to be your own individual person. You can have individualism. I think we're into Teapot now, except it's still a mix of BFB because it's just really broken. Okay, wait, so this wasn't the first, whatever, I'm keeping it there. So we have this, where she's getting picked up. It's not necessarily too special. She definitely is better when she's, you know, creating her own ground and not letting people push her around, but she's good at setting those boundaries. I think I'll just put these 3 images next to each other. This image is my profile picture, so I actually think I'm gonna put it above Foldy. It's not my profile picture on here. My profile picture on here is like candy cake. I might make this my profile picture, who knows? Yeah, this is gonna be my profile picture on here, but whenever I need a Foldy profile, it's this one. So yeah, my favorite image of her. Love, love. I think It's Been Fun, Guys deserves to be up here. Every single frame of It's Been Fun, Guys should be in second place, I guess. I don't know, like, unless I specifically say so, something being at the top doesn't mean it's better. But, you know, It's Been Fun, Guys is like, that's like, people still love that. Like, that is the most iconic Teapot elimination, you know, not the ones where people are screaming and crying, but she took it better than anybody ever could. Actually, no, I need to, yeah, there. So, this is just her sitting down, mogging. This is pretty much the same frame. I have no clue what this is, but she looks great in it, so it can be peak Foldy. This really isn't her best look. I don't like how her face is drawn on here. It doesn't match her body shape. It should be drawn like this, but it's just kind of drawn in the middle. This looks like it could be like a golf ball drawing, and it doesn't really determine Foldy. And this can be mogging, even though I'm not really a big fan of the eyebrows. Like, only draw one. I'm covering it up with my finger. You do that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. You can't tell. Or, there. I'm doing it. If you don't want to do it, you can just trust me. That looks a lot better. Back to the blank stare. An iconic moment. This is her being sassy and, you know, being like, die. I don't know who she's talking. I think she's being like, I'd rather not do work. It's really like a real moment. Like, this is like peak what everybody's like. I know I'm mad. I say like a lot, but this is just her eyebrows. I'll put it here because I don't know what this is supposed to be, and it's just her eyebrows. This is her telling basketball that she's stupid and ugly. Peak Foldy. This also was my profile for a little bit, except it had hearts on it. I searched Foldy on Google, and that's the image that came up, so I made that my profile picture. This really, there's nothing necessarily wrong with this, but I just don't think this is like a nice sprite of her. I don't like the way it's drawn that much. Speaking of liking the way it's drawn, I like how this one is drawn. I like her eyes, I like her mouth, I like her, I mean, that's the only stuff. I really like this image too. I'm gonna put this in best of the best because it's a cute frame. Because it's cute. Because we delivered and we made a good appearance in this frame. This really isn't anything too special, so it will go in mogging. Still good, but like, you know, it's nothing too special. Her voting icon, I'm pretty sure they actually just like copied this image over. Oh yeah, they did. They literally just like took this image and pasted it over. That's so terrible. They can't even draw her own image. It's evil. Well, then this one gets to be not her best look. This was like an iconic pose. Definitely best of the best. I'll put it up high because, you know, this pose of her with her legs and her mouth like that, this was like the thing everybody used back before everybody hated Foldy because they don't know what good looks like. Yeah. This one is really nice. It's the face again, but this is after like Stapy couldn't be saved. She just gave up and stopped helping, which is like a really real thing to do. Like after, like, why should I care? Why should I care? And you shouldn't. Here's the image I was talking about. This one is very nice, except it's not as nice as her beating 2 up, but this is her flying up and delivering Flower what she deserves. Another one, except I don't really like how she's crouching. It's kind of awkward. She looks really evil in that. Yeah, drive by when I'm talking about Foldy. Wow. And we're on this one. This one, I'm not gonna put it higher than this one, but this was like the best moment ever. Like being like, no, I'm gonna show that I'm happy. Like, yes, girl, show your emotions. Don't let lie silence your true inner feelings. That's toxic. She's pretty cute in here. She'll go in mugging. Like, you know, she's fun. Her eyes are like L's, but like they also are like grinning. This was her actual first appearance, so I think I'll put this one like here. That wasn't her first appearance, but I like how she looks in that, so that's where she gets to be. This is her pressing the button, so I'll put it in best of the best because, you know, she's winning for her team. This is not her best look, mainly because she's chewing something and she's standing on top of Fanny, and, you know, I wouldn't make this my profile picture. The clutter in it is just not that nice. I don't know why she's doing that, like, Pillsbury Doughboy. That's not Pillsbury Doughboy. Actually, kind of is. She's doing that weird thing. I don't know why she has this. Get rid of this. Yeah, it looks a lot better if you cover that up, too. Another prime example of her doing this face. She does this face a lot. This is like kind of her face. If anyone else does it, they're just a wannabe and they should be killed. This is her being gagged at the ground, transforming, but It's nothing too special. Neither is this, you know. I'm not gonna, I guess glaze is what they think. I'm not gonna glaze her too hard. If she's not necessarily doing anything super intense in the sprite, she'll go on mugging. Speaking of doing something amazing in the sprite, love her here. She's happy, joyful, and ready to kill. Here she's just kind of sad. It's kind of like this, but like a little bit more of a frown. But you know what? It's just gonna be mugging too. Here's her flying in the sky. Definitely not her best look. Definitely not. I wouldn't say this either. Definitely getting barfed on isn't that cute. I would put these barf ones down here. Rocky, this is why you suck and we hate you. And this is also just kind of in the background because this is more definitely in the background. This is, you might think these are the same, but this is the one with pencil and light. Do you see them? I hope you don't. I don't know what this sprite is from. I think it's from, I mean, she was in the hotel, but I don't know. I really like it. She's happy and she looks nice. Speaking of happy, she's happy in this elevator, so she can be in peak Foldy next to sad Foldy in the elevator, or bored. And you know what? She can be this Foldy falling out of the elevator. All the elevator Foldies are nice. And this is her standing on top of Snowball, you know. Snowball, you suck. Foldy standing on top of you. And this is her being absolutely offended. Really love this image. This is her being absolutely gagged. Peak Foldy, of course. I'm starting to speed it up a bit because I'm scared another car is gonna drive by. I feel like this is just kind of her doing that face again, but her mouth is slightly open, so it's gonna stay in mogging. This is her smiling. Mogging. I mean, she's just smiling. Doing that face again. You know where it goes. Mogging. This is her smiling like a little bit, where it can be mogging, but this is her smiling like a lot, so it can be in best of the best. You know, still an icon is really empty. Don't know why that one's so empty. I definitely would have put more in there, but like I didn't. So this is just back with her doing her blank stare, her favorite face. This can probably be in best of the best because, you know, she's really giving Fries an attitude, telling him to die with her mind, as I mentioned earlier, because that's something she can do. Happy days. Peak Foldy every time. This is Foldy folded on the ground, unfolded on the ground. She looks pretty sassy, so she can be in best of the best. We're almost done. Speaking about, okay, I know, I don't care. This one's getting up there, and you can't stop me. This isn't necessarily, even though Foldy did carry this, she'll be in peak Foldy. I don't know why I was gonna act like, I was gonna put it like really low. This is just her unfolded. Definitely not her best look. It's definitely not. I don't know what this is, but it's definitely not her best look. And, you know, she's kind of mogging. Actually, she's not. These also aren't her best look. And my tier list, don't know why this is here, but that can be what it is. And that is every Foldy frame tier list maker. It's public, so if you want to make your own Foldy frame, create a meme. What is that? What the hell? Okay. Oh, I guess this is what it is. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's just like bottom text.